Cutie. Sit. That's it. Come here. Kai. Sit up. Come here. Touch. Good girl. I know you're all cooped up. So practicing the leave it. Let's see which way would be better. Good girl. You're sitting. Just want to see. Okay. So I'll do this. Still have a splint, so I want to do it with the proper hand. So when practicing leave it's, you want to do it on different, I know. Different heights, surfaces, things like that. Good girl. There you go. Leave it. Good girl. So leave it to her will mean move away and lay down. Especially on big dogs, I'd like to train a down. Good girl. All right, free. Go get it. Leave it. Good girl. All right, free. Go get it. Leave it. Leave it. So you start to add more temptation to go after it. You start giving her the cue before she approaches it altogether. Things like that. So by that I mean you tell her to leave something when she's already made up her mind to go investigate something, and you can really try to see, will she do that without you covering the object up? So for example, I know, she wants to play with you too. Free. So if I have it here, leave it. So you saw, even with me saying the word, she already made up her mind and went after it. But she just needs more and more practice of leave it. Of when she hears this word, it means no matter what, she can't have it. So she's going to try, and it's up to you to be able to cover it before she gets there. Free. Leave it. That's just a fuzz. I think you got it all. Leave it. Leave it. Good girl. So that time she did a really good job and didn't nose that. She did nose this, but you know, baby steps. Baby steps. Free. Leave it. Good girl. So do more and more of that type of practice on different environments, especially places around your home and office where you would want to do something like that. You can also go ahead and get her used to dropping things and doing that. And so you don't want to start off with dropping things that are flat, so you can always step on it and they don't bounce away. So I really wondering if I have something quickly I can put this in so it wouldn't bounce if I dropped it. But let's try this. Let's try putting this in here. So basically what I did, and you can practice this at home too, is taking a paper towel, putting 2 treats or more treats in there, and then kind of twisting it so it stays there, but not too easily accessible for them. So then as you're walking with her, or as long as she's sees you, leave it. Yeah, there you go. Go after that one. So tossing a treat can get her to drop things out of her mouth and go after that instead. I know, you're so happy. You're so cooped up. So, kind of, okay. So you can see a little bit better too. Let me move this out of the way now. Make sure I understand what's in the frame and out of the frame. I know I should have done this a little earlier. I know, you're so pooped up, it's just... No way. No way. What is that? What is that? Okay. Kai, come here, sweet. So just again, get her up and going. And letting her see that I'm dropping something. Leave it. Good girl. Oh man, you could hear the wheels turning in her head on that one. Rosie, I know. You'd love to do this too. I gave you some chews. Oh. The weather can't make up its mind, and I'm having a field day with my allergies. Alright, you're free. So again, that would look like, just make sure that she sees you. Imagine again, you're dropping something that you don't want her to have. That could be medication, that could be just a packet of something for cooking or anything, and you want her to leave it. Yeah, I know, you're gonna go say hi to them. Sit. Good girl. Also talking about giving her direction before she gets to me. Like telling her that we're walking, we're turning, or, you know, as she gets to me and telling her to sit, she already has the opportunity to jump up on me. So just like if you were driving, you want to tell a person, you know, take the left up ahead rather than left here. So as she was running up, I asked her to sit maybe a foot or two away from me, which gave her enough time to kind of process that through her mind and drop her butt on the ground rather than just bouncing off of me as a standing trampoline. So let's do that again. Free. Leave it. You're getting distracted and we're not really figuring out what are you leaving. So let me redo that. Because that time, I wasn't really sure if she was just looking at the bowl or if she was looking at this thing. I know, it's over there now. Go get that. Leave it. So this time, again, it's going to be very contextual for her. If you're just constantly crouching over something and covering it with your hand, you're going to be dropping things when you're going to be upright. So you have to also be training with that too. You're just all out of sorts, aren't you? Kai? I know, that's just a rock. Can you spit that out? There you go. No, and don't take it back again. I have a root in my pocket, a rock in my pocket. I got half the yard in my pocket after I'm done with you. Kai, sit. Good girl. Alright, free. Leave it. She's like, I heard something outside. Also, again, we don't want to keep repeating ourselves over and over and over. That can become a keep going signal, and if you keep training that way, where you end up constantly telling your dog, stay, 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 or Kai, come, 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 you're going to have to then always include that. So the reason I'm not giving her a treat right now is I don't want her come to be like, run up to me, jump up on me, and then sit. So if she ran up to me, sat down, I would have given her a treat. I know it's so unfair you're not getting trained. Good girl. Over here. I know. And then you go down. So I just want her to be aware that I'm dropping something. Leave it. So that's what I mean about being quicker. So yeah, okay, trained. There you go. So trade means drop something out of your mouth and give it to me. So she was quicker on that account, and I didn't want to kick her in the face by trying to be quicker than her, but I didn't expect a bunny hop, a little predatory hop onto this. So I just put a couple more kibble in here. I would also probably need some kibble myself to reinforce her. So again, this is what I mean about being faster than her and practicing this. It's not going to be the end of the world if she gets there a little bit before you do, but you really try to make it so that that doesn't happen that often. Did I just drop a whole bunch of stuff? What was that? Oh, I think it just blew up when you were just jumping around. I'm just doing something to make her notice me, so that she notices I'm dropping something. Leave it. Leave it. That's my girl. There you go. So just keep practicing that. You really want to set her up to understand the thought process that's going through her mind. You want her to be able to see you drop something, go for it, to investigate it. So she's already now. So if you drop something, then I'm her. And if I'm just walking around and you say leave it, and then she just comes up to you and like lays down, that doesn't qualify as training because she's not paying attention to this. But if you ended up dropping something and she notices it, leave it. I'll also uncover it. I mean, oh, your teacher got the better of you. So what ends up happening, I got a couple more kibble on me. Yeah, what's this? Okay, come. There you go. Of course, another stone. Sit. I know you love your downs. Leave it. So you see how she noticed it? She had at that point, she noticed me dropping it, she was looking at it, and then she was thinking about what should I do next. If I weren't going to say anything, she might have gone after it. Hi, over here. You're getting nutty. You're getting nutty, Kai. Okay. There you go. Calm, girl. You're cooped up. How are you gonna be at home? So again, I'm not sure if you can see her from there. Leave it. Good girl. So you can see there are decisions that she's making in her mind. She saw it drop, she looked at it, looked back at me. I reinforced that. It's okay. I want her to notice these things that are dropping in her environment. I want her to take notice. I want her to try to go after it, but that's where I come in and block her from getting it. I want her to make up her mind of, okay, I'm gonna go and investigate. Like, I'm gonna go and investigate this thing, and in the middle of going and investigating this thing, I hear, leave it. That should then signal to me, that is out of bounds right now, and if I want something good for my mom, I need to lay down. So, work on really capturing the moment that she makes decisions and reinforcing those decisions. That's basically my big key part of this, is wait for her to... Kai! Come! Wait for her to start a process, start a decision. Excuse me. And then giving her a target behavior to perform, and seeing if she will perform that behavior in the face of that distraction, or in the face of already making decision A and you're asking her to do behavior B. Will she go through decision A, or will she change course and then perform behavior B? That way you can start to really understand, is she understanding, comprehending the words, and will it work in those types of distractions and those types of real world situations. Kai! There you go. Kai! There you go. I love it when you know your name. Alright, let's get you a meat patty. That was her lunch. So you can train when you work. Yeah. Alright, say bye-bye to Mom.